Welcome everyone to the K&K Sports Show's first of many YouTube exclusive videos uh, featuring Kurt Valenti and myself, the Fraud Slayer, and our very own Jim Sickinger and Petro and Jenny Hoops and many others.
How are you today, Mr. Kirkpatrick?
Doing great, doing great.
Some big news this morning, and I'm excited to do this little YouTube video clip, just like you said. But some breaking Nick news this morning. Worldwide Wes was hired, I believe, as he's basically an advisor, like a vice president, of operations. But Worldwide Wes, major connections in the NBA. Listening to our boy Han this morning. Very excited. We'll get into a couple of minutes, maybe later if we have some time, about some potential players now to look forward to possibly in a trade. But I'm excited. Leon Rose is building a huge front office. And the next domino to fall is what we're going to talk about today, Kenny, the New York Knicks head coaching search. So
Yeah.
what's some quick thoughts on that?
Well, you hit it on the button, like Leon Rose building the front office. There's that famous saying, if you build it, they will come. So he's building it. He's building it the right way, building it with the front office. Get that started. Uh, I think we're going to be heading in the right direction. I truly do. And does that mean we're going to win an NBA championship next year? No. No, but that means we're going and we're taking not baby steps anymore. I think we're going to be taking nice, you know,
Absolutely. And you know what? Han hit it today on the button when he said this league is still all about connections. And Leon Rose very connected. Worldwide West very connected. And
uh,
that's where it comes down to. And it's not only about free agency, I think, Kenny. It's about, like they're saying, the past couple of years, every year you've had a humongous superstar say, I'm not happy here anymore. I want to be traded. And you know what? Now the Knicks have the front office. The Knicks have all the ammunition with the draft picks and some young talent. You know, I'm telling you, I think, not because I'm a Knicks fan, I know you're a big Knicks fan, but I think the New York Knicks are positioned like they have never been positioned before. So that's what's
right.
exciting about it.
I couldn't agree more. And, we had this discussion on when Alan was on with us a few weeks ago, Alan Hahn. Uh, which route do you want to take? The draft route, or do you want to take the free agent route? Well, why can't we have both? Why can't I get greedy and have both?
I
Why,
agree. I
why
totally
can't
agree.
we go get Chris Paul in a trade, bring Melo over, and start building through your draft picks with a couple veterans to mentor them in their last couple years in the league, mentor the young guys coming in.
I
Perfect, perfect formula, perfect recipe for success.
I totally agree with you. There's doesn't have to be we have to be, 4 years down the road. We're going to get into the coaching search in a minute, but one of the guys, Tom Thibodeau, they were saying today, he's not a spring chicken. He doesn't want to spend. I don't want to build this thing 4 to 6 years. And like
Right.
you're saying, we got RJ Barrett, we got Mitchell Robinson, we got some young talent, but we also have money and we also have a lot of draft assets. So you keep Barrett, you keep Robinson. Now you gotta go out and there's your future. But like you're saying, bring a Chris Paul in. I'm so high on bringing Carmelo Anthony back. You
Yep.
could win right now, and you've said it from day one. The East is weak. You could
The East
you could
still,
become a top 4 tomorrow.
yep. The East is still a lot weaker than the West, by far.
So I agree with you on that. So let's.
And
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead,
I
Kenny.
was just going to say, we could segue into the head coaching search, but I was just going to say one last thing. The only way you're going to get the guys here, and Alan explained it to us a few weeks ago, the players don't want to come because they're afraid to lose in New York. But if you trade for somebody, they have to come to New York.
Yes, and you're getting somebody
And
that wants to come.
somebody that wants to come, and then the free agents will come. Hey, they got something going here, and you got your young talent maturing each year with your draft coming
I,
in.
I know we're going to get into the coaching search, but I want to throw two names that I heard out. I saw one today on Twitter, and I heard one on the Han show. One is Devin Booker. Just
You know
keep
how
an
I
eye
feel
out
about
on Devin
him?
Booker. And
Love him.
two, Donovan Mitchell from Utah. They're
I would be
saying,
okay with either one of them two. First of two, I would take Devin Booker by far.
me too. And Booker's a big Leon Rose,
Big,
um,
big
West
Leon.
guy. So the connections there, you're not winning in Phoenix. I mean, he would be an instant superstar on Broadway. So,
So the only thing I would say with both of them, Mitchell and Booker, how are they going to? There's so many guys that, and we talk about with the Yankees all the time, and we got to get into the head coaching search. So we, want to keep this going. But we say it all the time. Can they play in New York?
good point.
Phoenix and Utah
Totally different animal.
are small, are the crumbs to a main course, not an appetizer.
Yep.
They're small markets.
No, you're right.
So, but I would take that chance in a heartbeat on either one of them.
Me too. You
I will
have
tell
to.
you, I would, yeah, absolutely. So that's the only concern I would have on them.
Okay. So let's do this. Let's jump in. Let's jump into the head Knicks head coaching search.
Yes.
You want to throw some names out? You want to give me your top three, however you want to do it, and then I'll give you
You want
mine.
me to go? You want me to go from 3 to 1?
Yeah, go to three. Go from 3 to 1.
Three. I'm going to go with Tom Thibodeau.
Okay.
Tibbs. Uh, coached a lot of teams. He's been in decent market teams, Chicago and some other bigger market teams. He's been around a while. I think he will bring the veteran presence, like you said a couple minutes ago. He doesn't want to rebuild. So if we're going to go to free agent route and bring in bigger names or make trades, Chris Paul comes and Carmelo, Tom Thibodeau, I'm totally on board 100% with Tibbs coming. Number 3 on my list if they go to free agent route. That's why he's number 3.
Okay.
If they try and build through the draft, I don't think Tibbs is a good fit.
Okay.
You want me to keep going, or you want to give me your number 3?
Keep going.
Number 2, and he's coached before, Jason Kidd. I heard some news that he's been interviewed, and a lot of people don't like him. I do. Because one, he's still young as a coach, in a coaching standard. He's still young. He has connections with players. And 3, he's a point guard. We have not had a point guard in how many years? He may be able to teach one of our point guards, assuming like we get one in the draft. He can teach and mentor the new kid coming in, the new point guard we draft, and hoping we draft a point guard looking ahead in the draft. So he would be number 2. And I would be okay either way if we went veteran, if we went free agent / trade, or building through the draft. I would be okay with Jason Kidd.
Okay.
I'm going to surprise you with my number 1.
I think I know who he is.
Well, you don't, because it's a she.
Wow.
Becky Hammond has jumped on my I've been listening to sports shows like you, and she jumped leaps and bounds, number 1 on my list. Now, the only thing I will say, I'll give you the pros about her, and then I'll give you the one con I have about her.
Okay.
Pros, she's with the best coach in the NBA today, and probably a top 5 coach, top 3, maybe top coach I've ever seen coach.
Okay.
Popovich is the best in my opinion. No, hands down. So she's learning from the best in San Antonio. In WNBA, she played as a point guard. So she can teach the point guards some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Number 3 is, think of the publicity, big market, New York.
That's a splash.
Think of the selling point a free agent would say, oh, wow, I can make a big splash coming to play for Becky. I could be the face, all the endorsements that would come a player's way for joining, being the main guy with Becky Hammond. Those are my 3 pros. My one con is it's New York.
Right. They're
If
going to
she
try to eat
failed,
her alive.
if she
That's
failed in New York, do I think she's going to be the New York Knicks head coach? No. Do I think she's ready? Yes, but I think she'd be ready in a small market team, and then move on from there. So those are my three: Tibbs, Kidd, Becky Hammond, number one.
okay. I'm going
I'd
to
like to
go.
I'd like to hear yours.
Okay, mine number 3. I'm going to be honest. I really have 4 on my list. Am I allowed to give you a 4? It's a 4 close one.
Yeah.
Okay, my fourth one is Mike Woodson. And you're going to see a theme with all 4 guys that I give you, okay? But Mike Woodson, obviously, 54 wins 2013. We won the division, the last coach really to win anything as the New York Knicks, with the New York Knicks. I think he brought discipline. He proved that he could coach stars. You had Amari, you had Carmelo, and again, 54 win series. Now, should they have beaten Indiana in that year? Yes. Does he have to take some blame for that? Yes. But he's my he would be my number 4. Okay, a close number 4. Number 3, Jeff Van Gundy.
Yep.
Listen, came in coaching for his life, 1999, started off slow. You could just see how they made that big trade for Spreewell. Wasn't looking good, barely got in with the 8th seed. He takes that team, they get to the NBA Finals, no Patrick Ewing, but what he did with that team, how he transformed them in 1 year. And listen, he's still from that, he was Riley's right-hand man. So, you know what? He was around with those 90 Knicks. In the early 90s, he basically was his late 90 Knicks that sped up the game with the 2 guards. I would have no problem with him. Number 2, I'm with you on the Jason Kidd bandwagon. Hey, you gotta be kind of hip with your players. I do like that he's young. I love that he's a point guard. We haven't had a point guard in forever. Jason Kidd also has connections in this league. I'm not going to say Greek freak. We're not going to get down that road, but he's got major big time connections. I like what he did as a coach. Has he done some things that questionable? Yes, but again, played in New York, knows what the media is. I think he can handle it. And number 1,
Let me guess number one.
Go ahead.
Number one is going to be Mark Jackson.
Number 1 is Tom Thibodeau.
Tibbs. Oh, okay.
Listen, number 1, we need a kick in the ass. And I'm going to tell you this. Thibodeau is going to come in, and he's going to kick you in the ass. You're going to play defense for him. Again, under the Riley Knicks, under the Van Gundy Knicks, and he knows what's about New York. I don't want Derek Fisher coming in, not knowing what, and the media eats him up. Same thing with Jeff Hornacek, Mr. Nice Guy. Thibodeau knows what's going to happen when he comes here. He knows what this media is going to do. He went to Chicago. They were bad, brought him to an Eastern Conference final. Probably should have won if Derrick Rose didn't get hurt. Number 2, he went to Minnesota, brought that team to the playoffs. Has he clashed? Has he, overused some players? Yes. But, my opinion, I think Thibodeau's the guy. And what I like, too, is Thibodeau would Barrett, you would get a Chris Paul. He wants to win now. I would go Thibodeau.
Okay. I like it.
So.
On the other end of the spectrum, we got a couple minutes left, Kurt.
Okay.
For this video. Coach, you do not want, and I'm pretty sure, I think we're going to be on the same page with this one. But give me the one coach you do not want on the Knicks.
I don't want Kenny Atkinson.
I'm going to make it short. I'll let you say what you want to say, but we're on the same page.
Listen.
Okay, I'll let you talk first, and then I'll throw anything else needed to add in.
I think this hire, I think when you go and you hire, listen, Brooklyn was bad. He brought him to 40 games, brought him to playoffs. But you just saw where the guys, KD and Kyrie, KD didn't play a minute for him, and Kyrie played, 20 games, and they're like, we want no part of this guy. So something there tells me, listen, something's not clicking if in year 1 of those guys, they want him the hell out. So that I don't want. Listen, he's a good guy. You're going to go from 15 wins to 30 wins. Yes, but is that really what we want? Like, did we build this front office to get to 30 wins? I can never see him get into a Eastern Conference championship, an NBA Finals. I can't. I don't want him. He couldn't handle the Nets. He couldn't deal with those stars. I want nothing to do with him. My opinion. How about you?
I agree 100%. Again, our good friend Alan Hahn from ESPN 98.7 New York was on a few weeks ago. He is all in on Atkinson if we do the draft route. But hey, can't agree on everything, right? So I agree with you, Kurt, and I disagree with our friend Alan. My reason is similar. KD and Kyrie did not want to play for the guy. They got the guy fired. Even if we build through the draft, what's to say that we don't get a superstar that is going to be upset with Kenny Atkinson and goes to the front office and says, hey,
right,
if you don't get rid of Kenny, I'm out of here next year. I'm not re-signing.
Right.
And then we're back to square one looking for another coach. So there's something there that the reason why the team didn't like him.
Yep.
Younger guys did well with him. I'll give him that. I will not take that away from the guy. But there's a reason why KD and Kyrie didn't like him. So you're taking that chance where somebody on the Knicks, if we get a star, they may not like him.
Yep, and I agree. It's a red flag. So I don't want him.
I don't think there's anybody else I would – and you know what? A good thing is they haven't interviewed him yet, so we might get away with him not even getting an interview. I'm going to throw one more name out there. It's not do you like him, do you not like him? My question is, would you take him as an assistant coach? My answer will be 101,000,000% yes. Our head coach right now, Mike Miller.
Absolutely. Yes. Not as a head coach, but as an assistant, yes.
I think he did a really good job as a head coach with Fizdale's mess.
Yeah, me too.
Many other people that could have done a better job. So I would give him a chance, because if he doesn't get a chance with the Knicks, he's going to be an assistant coach somewhere else.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And I'd hate to lose that caliber of a coach.
Yep.
That had the Knicks guys playing decent for the talent we had. They played some games like, wow, we beat this team by 20.
They did.
So it's like we weren't getting that with Fizdale. We were getting that with Miller.
Yeah.
So
I just don't want to see him as the head coach, like you're saying. But as an assistant, I'm all on board with that.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to attract many names if he's a head coach. But I agree.
Okay. All right, Kenny, that was fun. Nice little Knicks search.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Like I said, I hope everybody enjoys this. We're going to be doing this every day.
Yep, we're going to be posting. Anybody wants to leave comments, please leave comments. You'll be seeing more and more videos from us, from Jenny Hoops, from Petro, from Sickinger, maybe John Beelan. We're going to be posting videos every day. So please leave your comments.
Style videos, you're not going to know what you're going to get.
That's it. You're not going to know what you're going to get. And again, leave some comments, and hey, we'll always comment back and answer you back.
You would like to see, and we'll make it happen.
Absolutely. You leave a request of what you guys want us to do, and we will do it. Thank you, Kenny. Thank you, audience.
Audience.
See you guys later.
See you later.